here for the testimony of these three folks?
I mean, I was, but it was very vague, and they didn't specifically say, James Cleveland told me this on this date, which I have tried to do with my testimony. I've tried to be as specific and honest as I possibly can be.
Page 17 of the photographs, which have been marked as a full exhibit, I think it's 7. Are you in that photograph?
Let me make sure I'm on the right one, this one.
Yes, sir. Page
Yes,
17.
I'm on the left side of the screen there.
And what do you have in your hand?
I have a Sony camera.
And how close are you to Jane?
I mean, it's difficult to tell. I would guess 6 feet.
And who is the individual to your left?
His name is Chris.
And what is Chris doing?
Chris is running a video camera and talking to Parking Enforcement Officer Jane.
Do you know who Chris is?
I do.
What's Chris's last name?
Cantwell.
And is he one of these volunteers that you've spoken about?
Not really. He indicated that to me that his purpose on going out there was just to talk to the parking enforcement officers. I don't believe that he actually put any change in the meters. He didn't have any Robin Hood cards. To my knowledge, he had no change. So.
And who is the other individual to Chris's left?
That is Daryl
And what's Daryl's last name?
Perry.
And who is Daryl Perry?
He's a gentleman that lives here in town.
And is he a friend of yours?
I would say yes.
And so this is one photograph of 3 people who are videotaping Jane here. And would you agree with me that Jane does not look like she wants you within the proximity that you 3 folks are?
Well, on that particular day, sir, she did not tell us at any point that she wanted more space.
How about on page 18? Are you on the photograph on page 18 of Exhibit 7?
Yes, I'm on the left side.
And are you running across the street?
Yes, I am.
And you're running after Jane?
That appears to be what's going on.
Okay, who's the fellow in front of you who's also running after Jane?
That is Miss Chris Cantwell. I'm sorry.
And you are approximately 30 feet from Jane there, aren't you?
I mean, I have no way of knowing how far I am.
You ever play football?
Nope.
Don't know what a first down is?
Mm-mm.
It's 30 feet or 10 yards.
I know it's 10 yards.
Okay. You're about 10 yards away from Jane there, aren't you?
I guess.
And you're running after her.
I'm running after her because she is trying to get to Federal Street, as she mentioned, to issue more tickets.
She's trying to get away from you, isn't she?
Incorrect. She's trying to get to Federal Street to issue more tickets. Which she indicates in the video. We'd like to watch it.
Now, how do you communicate with your other defendant volunteers?
I mean, as mentioned, we do have handheld radios that we use. Sometimes, we'll use cell phones, text messaging, things like that.
And so you'll be next to, for example, Lynn in her vicinity, and you'll call somebody and say, come on in, she's over here on such and such street, right?
I mean, sometimes I may be the only one out there.
But rarely. Isn't that what your testimony was? Rarely you're out by yourself.
Well, let's say Saturday morning, I would be the only one out there at 8 o'clock in the morning.
And have you heard today's testimony under oath by Jane that because of your activities, she will not work on Saturdays? Did you hear that testimony?
I did.
Because of you.
Well, she's never expressed that to me in person in the past, so.
You
We
thought,
are at a logical break. We want to take our afternoon recess. Remember, right.